Good morning and welcome. On behalf of Ms. Lindsay and myself, I just want to say thank you so much for all your hard work that you've put in to get us to this point. As you know, we've been going up in numbers for the past 5 or 6 days, if not the past 5 or 6 months, and we're at 690 this morning, which means Monday is going to be a very, very busy day, but a very good day to go ahead and start the first day for Dr. Mona J Middle School. This video is going to go ahead and take you through morning procedures, attendance procedures, lunch procedures, some of the PBIS information, and then lastly, it's going to go ahead and give you the dismissal procedure so we can make sure that we have a positive, safe day. Because we went ahead and went from 600 to 690, we had to do some last-minute changes regarding the morning procedures. Instead of 6th grade being in the cafe, 6th graders will all be housed inside the gym. Now, the 7th and 8th graders will report to their section of the cafeteria to be sit by table. We will have a place for 6th graders to eat breakfast in a certain set of 6 tables, and so they'll eat in that section and then return to the gym where they'll be picked up. At 9:15, we're going to go ahead and get everybody settled in at each the cafe and the gym, have a quick orientation to the procedures for entering the school, and then we will then release the 8th graders to go to class. 7th grade teachers for first period if you have a pure class, and 6th grade teachers if you have a pure class. Please bring a sign with your name on it so that you can go ahead and hold it up, because 7th grade teachers, you'll pick up your kids for the first 3 days of the school year after we dismiss the 8th graders, and 6th graders, you're going to do this for the first week so that the kids know exactly where they're going. On that note, when you walk up, 6th graders will only be allowed to use the middle staircase by the elevator. The 6th grade classes will only be able to use the middle staircase by the elevator. We will communicate this as well. Please make sure you convey that and hold that expectation. Lastly, that should get us through the morning time, and then we'll start with first period. Because there's been a lot of schedule changes, the first period classes of all students will be posted on the walls throughout the school. We will direct students to go to their first period class based on these lists, and it's very important when you receive the students that they're in the correct first period class, so double check that. Also, regarding attendance, inside your boxes will be the rosters for 1st through 7th period. You'll have duplicates of period 2 and period 6. When you take attendance on the first day, it's very important that 1, they're in the right class, 2, that you put it, if the student is absent, you put an X by their name, and then also make sure that if a student's not on your roster, please send them to the media center. If a student has a schedule but also doesn't have 7th period, also send that student to the media center or office at the end of the period. You're going to give out a lot of health cards, a lot of health forms during that period, and also go through the PBIS items. When you get to 2nd period for attendance, you have 2 copies of attendance in your 2nd period class. For your 2nd period class, you're going to take attendance on both sheets. There's going to be 1 sheet, the extra sheet for 2nd period, that you'll have to count up the number of 6th graders you have and put that on the bottom, or 7th graders, or 8th graders. Put 6th grade and then the number, or 7th grade, or 8th grade, or if you have mixed classes, put all 3 down. And then at the end of the period, send a runner to the front office to give that to Ms. Kirsting, who will be right there waiting by the back. Also, repeat this process during 6th period so that you can go ahead and we can have that count as well. It's very critical. If we count every student, we'll get the allocations and the teachers we need to make sure we have a successful year. Thank you. Okay, for many of you, this is your first time working within a PBIS system. For some of you, this is old hack. We worked really hard to make sure the PBIS system was up and running for tomorrow, or Monday. The system's up, and the lesson plans have been emailed to you. The PowerPoints have been sent out to you. Additionally, the reward system is up and going, and everyone should have a login. I encourage you to take some time to sort of play with it, navigate a little bit. It's very simple. All your kids are uploaded nightly, so therefore if there's a change from one day to the other, it's automatically synced up, and so you don't have to necessarily worry about where that kid go. If they dropped off of there, it's because that's what's represented in focus. The standard give for a kid is 2 bull bucks, and the max for a super reward is probably about 5. That way we can keep it standard and not flood the market with fake money. Also, I want to send a thank you out to our PBIS team who went ahead and worked countless hours trying to get this up and ready to go. Thank you very much. Go Bulls. Let's talk about lunch, baby. We have a schedule that's been put out for lunches and also a map for the cafeteria that's been put out for lunches. You'll need that to make sure that you're going at the right time, the right door, and the right location during lunchtime. When students, sixth grade teachers, when students come to you for third period, you're going to take a quick attendance and then walk them to the cafeteria through the assigned door that you've been given. Walk them to the table that you've been assigned. And since we have round tables, they're in groups of 8, we did our best to make sure that we could accommodate for odd numbers. And then you will walk them to the table. Make sure you touch the table so that you know that you've gone all the way in, and then that is your lunchtime. And then we will walk them through the lunch procedures when they're inside. On the end of sixth period lunch, you're going to come down and pick them up as well, and take them back to third period so that you can have class. This will happen at least for the first week. Actually, this will happen throughout at least the first semester until we see there's a need for change. Seventh grade teachers, you'll go all the way through third period. When it comes to fourth period, the kids will come to you for fourth period. For seventh grade teachers, or the people that have been assigned B lunch, you will take your kids from your classroom at the beginning of that fourth period down to the cafeteria through the assigned door, find the seat, make sure you touch the table, you can leave, and that's when you have your lunch. And then for the first 3 days, you're going to come back and pick them up to make sure you can guide them back to the classroom. After the third day, God willing, we'll go ahead and make sure that they follow the procedures going up that stairwell and to your classroom again. Eighth grade teachers, at the end of fourth period, or in C lunch rather, eighth grade teachers, you will be taking your kids during C lunch, which means that you're going to have fourth period class. They're going to take their backpacks with them. You're going to come through the assigned door. You're going to bring them all the way through the cafeteria. You're going to get them seated down, touch that table for us, and then you are free to go to your lunch. And then from there, they will be dismissed for fifth period after they had their lunch. And those are the lunch procedures. Now let's talk about dismissal. First of all, please listen to the announcement in the last few minutes of seventh period. After the announcements, the bell will soon ring, hopefully. And then at the bell, this is very important. Sixth grade teachers, you're going to make sure you exit your students and then follow behind them, pushing them out into the mall. Seventh and eighth grade teachers up top. This is very important. Please engage your kids to push them out of the hallways and then down the stairwell. If you can get them down the stairwell, that's where the supervision will be, and we will exit them. All bus riders will exit toward the bus loop next to the cafeteria. Everyone else will be exiting out the front door, whether it's car riders, bike riders, walkers, golfers, or whatever, out the front door. We're going to try to get these kids out of the building in 3 minutes. So that's going to be very important that we have a whole team effort to make sure that happens. Other than that, stay tuned for some very important information. Thank you. Lastly, a couple key things. Please make sure all doors are locked at all times. That is a district policy. We have to make sure we reinforce that. If you're looking for printing paper, it's up in the mail room. We'll make sure that it's available for you, especially as we're getting up and going. It is the opening of school. There might be some people that we don't know if they're here or not. Everyone should come to the front door. There'll be media here and people from the district as well. Let's be safe. Let's be vigilant, and let's make sure that we have an incredible first day. Also at 9:15, if you have the availability to come down to the main hallway, to the mall where we can welcome kids. The media will probably be liking a video shot and or a picture of the teachers welcoming the kids. Lastly, thank you for an incredible opening. This is going to be a great year. Miss Lindsay and I really appreciate, once again, all your hard work, and go Bulls.